Hello and good morning. As you've probably guessed, we have a small technical issue with our very own Matt. Matt has literally got no sound at all. So we've been desperately trying to sort him out and get his sound going again. So that's why we are just a few minutes late, everybody. And it's sort of thrown us all a bit of a spanner in the works now. So hopefully Matt will be able to get it all sorted. I think he's going to have to uninstall a few things and put things back on. And stuff like that. So I've just been whipping around and getting everything set up the other way. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Flooring Models live show. We're going to be with you live from now until around about 12. Then we're going to be back this afternoon with you from 2 o'clock to around about 5 o'clock, working our way through. So hopefully, see that it's completely thrown me all of this. So we've got lots of various things going on at the moment. If I can try and sort all of this out. Hold on, let me just get back through that way. So we've got various sales going on. First off, I'll start with me because I can. We've got the flooring model sale, which is up to 30% off various bits and pieces. I think we've got 25% off washes. We've got 30% off, I think, on pigments. And there's various percentages off on the sander sets as well. So if you want to grab yourself a bit of a bargain, the buffers came back in, everybody. If you didn't notice, they popped back in this week, came back into stock. So that was good. But as you say, got all of that stuff is up there right now. So if you go to the flooring model site, you can grab that one if you're in the UK. For the rest of the worldy type things in the or things like that, we've got the actual PM store, which has got a massive load of discounts at the moment. Look at that. £65 for a 30-second scale tornado. So this is the GR4, the Italian one, should be 136 quid. So what's that, 50%?
It's just over 50%, actually.
Just over 50% off that particular kit.
They're going very quickly. We've already had some sell already, so
yes,
there's not many left of them, I think.
So grab those, but as you can see, we've got various discounts right the way through on everything you can see just down in here.
70-second desert babe, £18.80.
Bargain. Very, very good. So some real bargains down in there, people. We've got a bit of a mismatch of absolutely everything. Hornets there, really good jobs as well. We got some of the Zvezda bits and pieces as well in there. So some good kits, some bit of everything round for everything. So you can see, got the Blackbird down in there as well. So it's new stuff and old, just like that. Don't forget as well, we have obviously discounts on Dragon, 15% off. Fujami is 20% off. Hasegawa is 15% off. Hobby 2000 kits, it's 15% off. Ryfield models, it's 15% off. And then it's 10% off all kits today, and it's going to end around about 9 o'clock tonight. As I say, they've got the little sale thing going down in here as well. So if you are in Europe and things like that, or rest of worldy bits, you can get them down in there. Speaking of rest of worldy, Serious Models have joined us as well, so they've got a 10% discount on absolutely everything. So if you want to join in with that one, you can go over there. If you're in the EU, obviously you can get all your flooring models bits and pieces as well as everything else just down in there. So with flooring models bits and pieces, you get 10% off, and it is added, I think, automatically at the checkout. So that's really good just down in there. Don't forget, you can join in live with us. Obviously, we are live on the old chat on YouTube. Obviously, the Flooring Models chat room is open. And also, if you want to get involved as well and put up some of your pictures of your own work, just use the old at official Flooring Models on Instagram, and then it gets chucked into this little thing. So just tag us in other words, into Flooring Models bits and pieces on Instagram, and then that way we can see all your great work as well. So every now and again, we'll be popping into here like we've done in the past and having a look at all your great work as well. So yes, I've got to remember which buttons we're on. There we go, we're on this one. So yes.
Can I just say, Phil, the on the PM site, the big sale and special offers section, those discounts have already been taken off before checkout.
Yes.
All the others, the 15% off and the 10% off the general store, and the flooring model stuff, that's all taken off at checkout.
Right. So there we go, no problem at all. And again, you don't need any discount codes or anything else on the flooring model site. It is just straightforward, it will be done for you. But don't forget, you have to be in the UK to buy off of that site. We can't offer international shipping, unfortunately. So yes, good job. Right, are we all sorted today then, guys? What's your plans? What are you all building? Nathan, what are you up to? My camera thing is not going to work now, so I can't go full screen for the minute. I will sort it as we make our way through the show.
So I'm finishing this off with the Edard photo etch set.
Very nice.
It's kind of reminding myself where I got to last time, but a little bit of sanding and a few seams to sort out, and I think I might get it in paint this afternoon.
Very good.
There it goes.
Excellent. And John, what are you up to?
So I'm just, hang on, let's just switch camera. So I'm doing the fun bit. I'm doing chipping.
Oh, nice. Everyone loves a little bit of chipping.
Yeah, just going through sort of night shift style and doing chipping this morning.
Very
so
nice.
hopefully we get ahead with that.
Very good. And Andy?
Could I just quickly say, in chat, John says, what about free shipping to California? You can offer free shipping to California if you spend over $10,000.
Yeah, because we'll deliver it by hand.
I'm going to be finishing off my, trying to finish off, finish deckling off on my Sentinel Falcon then.
Yes,
X-Wing.
bit of an X-Wing. Very good. I'm going to be working on this little beast, bit of a classic. So we're doing the Hella CL215. You might remember last time we were fighting with it a little bit. I think the fight will continue. So we got this one. I've actually done a little bit of painting over in the spray booth, which hopefully the cameras are all on, which is down in there, which I'll show you as well. So we'll do a little bit of painting to get the cockpit all sorted and put together. And then obviously we'll be working down here on this one as well as we make our way through. So yes, all good stuff. Very, very well. Good morning to everybody who's in the usual chat areas. Good morning to obviously all the Flory family, all up bright and early, and there's loads of you in the chat already. So obviously if you've got any comments, things like that, remember, if you don't get an answer straight away, and this goes for YouTube chat as well, just keep posting it. You know what it's like, it moves so quickly, unless we're looking up and happen to see it at the time, we might not see your questions. So if you've got any questions, anything else like that, please feel free to post up and ask, and if we can help you out in any way at all. The only thing I will say, that's not keep political stuff out of it for today. Because obviously we all know what's going on in the world and it's terrible and it shouldn't happen, but we don't need to discuss it in here, please. So that's not having any political or arguments starting. We know how heated it is and all the rest of it. So I think we're all on the same page, shall we say, of what we'd like to happen over there, but we don't need to talk about it. So we can keep that all off of the actual chat areas. That would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Remember, we're a modelling site, not a soapbox. Very good. Speaking of which, good evening or afternoon or good morning to everywhere you are in the world on the old chat area. So we've got Gordon in there, Jet's in there. We've got loads and loads of you. Snails, good name. Will of Sherwood. Hello to everybody who is down in there as well. 2 a.m. for Jan, who's down in there as well. So yes, very nice to see you're joining us from literally all around the world. So good job. Right, cool. Onward, everybody. Get on with it. Do what you do best. We can make our way through. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down, heads down cameras, and then we can go. Why is my phone lighting up? I don't know. That's all right.
My grubby Apple keyboard.
Yeah, nice. Can't go wrong with one of those. So yes, very, very good. As you can see, I've actually tried to get an engine on here. So far, it's not too bad at all. If I go in the close-up, you can see. So yeah, we've got one of the engines on, and then when we just had a bit of a test bit before we came on for the second engine, it's got a huge gap underneath here. We've got a huge gap. So we will. What we'll do also as well, we'll be flitting between all the cameras for a little bit more close-up type work as well. But for the moment, because we've got a little bit of a technical issue with Matt, my cameras are all literally out of position, and I don't want to move them in case Matt can get back on. So we will see literally how we go with that one. Let me just turn that down in there.
Just looking at sales at the moment, Mike Goodison has done 2 orders. Mike, what we'll do is we'll look at the postage, because obviously they're both big orders, and we'll combine the postage and refund you whatever the difference is.
Right. Good. That is good.
That's what we call customer service.
Yes, see?
Just need to remember to do it now.
When is the store opening up for visitors? If you mean the PM store, at the moment we don't actually have any plans to have it open as a store, purely because, as I said before, it is absolutely rammed to the gills with stock at the moment. So whereas before we had it a bit like a shop, it is definitely more like a warehouse at the moment. But as I say, what we're planning on doing is having the sort of Saturday get-togethers open again. Now we can actually move around and get together and chat and all stuff like that. What we'd like to do is obviously open up the store a couple of times a month, I think, and then obviously we can all get together, and then obviously you'll be more than welcome to come up to the store and things like that.
Looking forward to that.
Skinny Bins says, don't you just love YouTube names? Oh, sorry, Stinky Bins even. Wanted to thank Andy for sorting out his order recently. Raw Mail messed up with the delivery and I ended up with 2 parcels arriving on the same day.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Blame John. He is Raw Mail, don't forget. John is
He
our
is,
official
yeah.
spokesman for Raw Mail. So any problems, just ask John.
One took 2 days and one took about 12 days. Just the as Gordon said in chat, it's 10% off all kits, apart from the big. Oh, I lost my page. Apart from the big offers section, they're all marked as is. So they're up to 50% off, and also the special offers section. That's all marked as is. And then obviously there's 15% off Dragon, 20% off Fujimi, 15% off Asigawa. Can't talk this morning. 15% off Hobbit 2000 and 15% off Ryfield. I should have done it all so it was easy to say 15, 15, 15, 15 and 20, shouldn't I?
Yes. Possibly. Might have been.
I blame Nathan because he sent me the text and probably the order.
The list is the list is in the order we went round the warehouse. Stairs and
Yeah.
There's a bit of a random order, isn't it?
Like I said, the big sales section and the special offers section, they're both marked. They're already marked as discounted. Everything else, including the Flooring Models products, they'll come off at checkout.
Yes.
Well,
Oh no, sorry, no, that's a lie. Flooring Models products are already marked as discounted as well.
While Matt's not on, why don't you do a flash sale on something else?
Yeah, I think we should, since he's not here to defend himself.
I did notice, I was going through some of the sections this morning. I'm thinking, I'm sure we've got more stock than that of that.
Ooh.
Don't start that now. Oh, is he back? Is he trying to get in?
He was in, and I think the second I mentioned put more stuff on sale.
It crashed out.
He's crashed out. But then why's our screen done that?
I don't know.
He did say he's going to get a big hammer next. Why's our Skype now done that?
I think it came in and out again.
Huh?
It's weird, isn't it? Everything worked perfectly Wednesday, perfectly Thursday, Saturday morning.
Where's Nathan gone?
I'm still here.
I know.
You can see his hand. No, that's John.
That's
See
not-
two of John.
That's
there.
nothing.
There's 2 of me.
Oh, what is going on? Sorry, I do apologise everyone for today. It's silly season, clearly. Why is that?
Why did that come up?
I have no idea. Nathan's just disappeared, but he's on that one. Oh God.
Is it the order around when Matt came in and out again? As it shoved the sky?
I think perhaps it shuffled everyone a bit. Yeah, you're probably right.
Ben, we're not missing much. I'm just saying it.
Hold on, let me just try and. I don't know. There we go. No, now John's. Oh God, yeah, sorry. I do apologise. I have no idea what's going on now. It's like right. Try that one. That one. It can't be right because it's like oh no, I just don't know.
You just need to make John bigger, don't you?
Yeah, I know, but I can't keep moving the cameras around all the time. It's like, so where's you? You've gone now.
I was at the bottom left.
Oh
You just moved
God.
me.
Right, hold on. If we go that one, that means John's just a little bit.
I think
there.
I'm behind Nathan.
Right,
I think.
hold on. Right, we've moved everything. Hold on, let me just move that one. So we just all move around, everyone. It's fine. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties, everyone. Jesus, it's like years ago. Back to the old days. Right, let me get some masking tape on. Right, okay. Right, that's my very nice long sharp scissors.
Tom says, Phil, you were sharper during the daily COVID shows. Perhaps you start them up again. Not in COVID anymore, are official.
What are we doing? Sorry, what did you say?
Said we were a lot sharper in the COVID shows.
Remember them when we used to be on like full time?
Yeah, that's when we used to do them like how many times a week? It was horrendous.
Pretty much every day, didn't you?
Too many other things to do now. You can go outside, don't there?
Life's back to normal, pretty much.
Mm. Yes. I must admit, the COVID shows, I really did enjoy doing them though. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hard work, because by the end of it, you knew you'd been on for a week.
Yeah, definitely. But you're right, it was a good fun. I'd done it if we didn't enjoy it, would we?
No, that's it. Yes,
Still
definitely.
second as much as everybody else, I think, because we were just like, you literally just couldn't go anywhere.
Hmm.
In the
Yeah,
place of,
that was the thing, wasn't it? You couldn't do anything. You couldn't go anywhere. So
you had to stay in your local area. You couldn't even go into the nearest city.
no.
Oh, that's a distant memory now.
Mm. It's funny, after 2 years, you know.
Feels like ages ago,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Right, I'm just doing some masking up in here. Then what we'll be doing is moving over to the spray booth, or we'll be putting down some paint, hopefully. And we'll all be good to go. So I'm just going to need a bit, I think, just at the back here. That's the floor. I think the front we'll be able to paint this up. So just to bring everyone up to speed to where we were with this, what we've got is, as I say, you can see it's a bit warped. We know this is going to be a problem. So we've just painted this all grey for the obviously for the floors and all the bits and pieces. Now we're going to come in with the old, what's we call it, a bit of XF4 for the interior type colours. And then the same thing we can do then the side walls. We can do this floor section down in here. And then obviously we'll be hopefully in a situation where we can glue it all together. Because again, you're not going to see much in the cockpit. There's not going to be much to see. So we're just going to do a quick bit of black hand painting around in here to get that all sorted. And then a little bit of hand painting just down here, in here on the fuselage. And then, yeah, we can get it all together, which then will look something like that. That's what we're just trying to achieve. As I say, I'm not going massively overboard because you can't see anything on the inside. So it will literally just get a coat of paint. Then we can dry brush it, a little bit of hand painting, and then we'll be out. And then we can try and get it together, which to be honest will be the fun bit. Because I don't imagine it going together very well. So, good.
I can see trouble ahead on that.
Yeah, I can as well.
There are a couple of people that had ordered slightly before we started because it didn't go live till 9 o'clock this morning, the site. So what we'll do is we'll run round and just refund the differences
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah, and there's a couple of people who ordered off the Flory model site literally before the sale went live, and I'll do the same as well, just to make sure you haven't lost out. I think we had 2 orders that came in just before I went live with the sale, so I will refund you guys as well.
Yeah.
How would you compare Micro Set with Mr. Setter and Softener? I use Micro Set, but was looking for something when I have more troublesome decals. Personally, for me, I do like the Micro Set and Sol. They're my go-to ones. I have got some the actual Mr. Mark Set Neo as well. I think they work slightly different in one form. So the basically the Mr. Mark Setter Neo is more like a very thin PVA glue. So it gives you a better adhesion for the decal on the surface of the model. So it's less likely to peel up, it's less likely to go. Also, it gives it a really nice bed for it to actually sit and get a grip to the actual model itself. So it does work very, very well. Whereas obviously, and then obviously you get a setting solution, and the setting solution basically is what is going to pull it even further down to the surface to give you a great adhesion and all the rest of it. And obviously the better adhesion you get to the surface, the less chance you get any silver in, because there's no air gap between the actual decal and the surface. But obviously if you get any type of air gap between them, then obviously you're going to end up with that situation of getting a little bit of silver in. So it might just look very horrible, or it might just be like spotty and things like that. Micro Set and Sol. So the set one, which you think would be the last one, is actually, it's got an enzyme which is like a mild acid, hence the smell, and it breaks down the decal just a little bit, so it makes it softer. So that makes it better to get down into things like panel lines and riveting details and stuff like that, because it physically softens the decal to make it get a better grip to the surface. Then the setting solution is or the Sol solution with the red one, is basically the one that grips it further and pulls it down. So that's what makes it wrinkle up and everything else like that. Can you hear us, Mr. Matt? No. Yes, he can hear us. We can't hear him. So he is there. He's going to be doing it via mime. We could play, like, give us a clue. Can't you just run it off the other one? You were doing it before we went on, just the other mic. It won't even do that either. All right. What you need is a pad and some paper, and you can hold up notes. So yeah, so that's the thing with it. So setting solutions, at the end of the day, they come in different strengths as well. So the Micro Set and Sol, I think, is quite a mild one, and it works really well on very thin decals, no problem at all with it. And just generally, if you've got a situation where you've got a thicker decal, so Tamiya, for instance, tend to be really thick and things like that, you might need something with a little bit more bite. And then obviously Dayco do a various setting solutions of different strengths. One that I particularly like for really thick decals is the Ajima Hyper Sol. The stuff I describe as alien blood, because it literally melts the decal to the surface. But then again, if you use it on a very thin decal, it literally destroys it. So you have to just be a little bit careful where you actually use them and on which one. And that's why it's really handy to have a couple of options. So for me, my go-to ones are Micro Set and Sol. That's what I tend to use. If it's not working after that, then I'll give it something a little bit stronger. So, you can get Mark Fit, which is the Tamiya decal setting solution. Say Dayco do a really good range, the Ajima stuff, and I know everybody else does basically their own versions of them. So really what you want is just a various situations where you've got different ones for different types of decals. Panda, no, his mic isn't working. That's the trouble. Was why we were a little bit late coming on. He was working and then it went off. So yes, that's the trouble. Yeah, Micro Set and Sol Wiggy is a little bit confusing, because obviously you think the setting one would be the one you set the decal with, and obviously the Sol one you'd think would be there. Personally, I've said it for the last 20 years that they've got the names the wrong way around, because it just makes it very, very confusing.
X20A is a good option as well.
Yeah, yeah. But again, not if you've used acrylic paint.
No.
No, yeah. To be honest, Gordon, we were troubleshooting. Literally, the reason we were late on to the last second to try and get him back on. We've tried everything, but it looks like it's just got a compatibility problem, because Matt, like me, runs about 3 different microphones, and I think the system's just got confused with an update. And he's busy, as you can see, trying to troubleshoot it a little bit. So, the old question, how do you confuse an idiot? Like that. As you say, technology is a wonderful thing when it works, and as soon as it doesn't, it's absolutely nightmare. So what I'll do, I'll just pop over to here, and I'll keep an eye on your questions. and I will be back with you. So hopefully you can see me over here as well. I don't know if you hear me, so I might have to turn down the microphones and things like that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be really naughty. I'm even going to clean out my airbrush. I've still got leftovers of the grey we used on there, and I'm just going to add to it some XF4, which is that interior type colour of the day. Okay, so just make sure these are all pushed down and all in. Oh, do not do that. If you ever put thinners on like I just did, just hit it with an airbrush and dry it. Dry, dry, dry. Okay. Then, painty, painty.
Yeah, he can't turn his mic physically off, Russell. It's
Just wondering if you unplug everything that's plugged into the laptop.
that's what he's done, I believe. Told him to unplug everything and just plug in. Yeah. No. What you need to do, Matt, go into your mic settings, your input settings, and remove everything apart from that one mic. It can't then use anything else. So that one mic is the default mic, nothing else will be in there. That's a good point. You've got your earphones, Matt, that you use at night time. Right.
Right, half a sec with the extractor. And buckle.
Promise, there's nothing more frustrating, is it, when you can't
Yeah.
get something to work properly?
Yeah, you seem to be running around in circles with it all.
Yeah.
So the simple thing as well is get the speaker to work and the microphone to work.
Do, do, do. Where's my knife? That was me knife. There's me knife.
Sound of concentration.
Yes. Right. Steam Fan says, good morning, Phil and team. He's just bought the Hobby 2000 72nd F4C, the Vietnam Aces one from Hobby 2000. Very nice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay!
Yay!
Look at that.
Good morning.
Good morning. How's things?
Yeah, but something's just changed. I think I'm actually on the webcam mic, so I'm sorry if it's rubbish, but it's working and I'm not going to fiddle with it anymore. Oh, God, I hate technology.
Here he is, everyone. Do
Better late than never.
you want me blood
Can you
pressure
actually see me
machine?
as well?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see me, right? Okay.
Yeah. You're on full screen and everything. It's fine.
Because I've got no little camera thing at the top.
Look, don't touch anything now. You're working. Oh God, he's moving his camera now. Right, speak.
Hello?
Yeah, still hear you. Thank God. Don't touch anything.
I didn't touch anything. Oh my God, that was a... It only took me
An hour.
hour and a half
Yeah,
to figure out why.
that's it. Right, let's just make sure everybody's all in now. Right, we all good? Everybody's in? Yeah, okay, so we're all fine. Thank God. That's
So which
it. Start the
mic-
show
which
again.
mic?
Just be like old days. Hello and welcome.
Yeah, we're off an hour late. Hello. And hey, oh, the camera's gone back off. Hold on, let me go back to that cam.
So
And relax.
You're on your
What a way
overhead
to
cam.
spend a Saturday morning.
Hey,
I said, what a way to spend a Saturday morning.
it is, isn't it?
Fiddling with a stupid laptop. Anyway, how is everybody?
Yes, we're all good. Let me just answer this question here. Stefan, he says he's just tried to order some stuff from the PM store, but can't see France as a country to ship to.
Because got to do with the EU.
Yeah, can't ship to the EU because of trouble
It's alright.
stuff, unfortunately. Remember, if you want anything from to go with our EU partner, don't forget Serious Hobbies. There are distributor for Flory Model stuff. So if you want Flory Models bits and pieces, you get the 10% discount there as well. But obviously they do normal kits and all your other sundries and bits and pieces as well. So if you're in the EU and you need a stockist, I highly recommend Serious Models. I should be on payment for this. It's like a paid promotion, not.
Are you on commission?
I should be, clearly. So yes, you've got those if you want to do it that way. And Gordon says, how can Phil leave paint in his airbrush? Cleanliness is next to godliness. Yeah, but that's the beautiful thing about lacquers. I don't actually clean out my airbrush pretty much ever these days. I literally just get to the situation where if it dries in the colour cup, I just add a bit of lacquer thinners, give it a whiz around with the brush, blow it out and go again.
No one said that Phil was next to God, the godliness, did they?
Well, felt like it the other week. Right. Yeah.
Who knows which way? Who knows which way you're going?
Well, this is it. Wiggy says, nice looking Harrier.
Okay.
Says, I'm surprised we haven't seen more Falklands related stuff with the anniversary.
We'll do next year, I
I
think.
think so, yeah.
Next month, rather, maybe.
Next month, isn't it? Yeah.
Is this new? Is the re-release Harrier out yet?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, it came out last week.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've actually got them in yesterday, so invoiced yesterday. So.
And don't forget as well, we've now got the Kinetic 48 one back in as well. Yay!
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think in another month will start coming through.
Seamless plug. Have we sold out of everything then? Is it all gone?
Our phone keeps buzzing a lot.
Hey?
Our phone keeps buzzing a lot.
That's a good sign. What else we got down here? Can't believe the amount of detail that's on the Armour Hobbies 72nd P51. The Mustang is off the charts. It is incredibly detailed, but if you haven't seen it, have a look at the IBG 72nd F190s. FW190s, the Ds, they are even more off the chart because that comes with a fully detailed engine, cockpit and wheel well and a massive piece of photo etch that goes with it, and all for 20 quid. So I did the review of that this week. So if you haven't seen the review of that, clearly between the shows, go off and have a look at that one. And you can see all about that as well. Because that really is mega. Mega, mega, mega. Right, we're just going to do a little bit of hand painting just down in here in the cockpit. As I say, I'm not doing much because you're never going to see it. So I'm just thinking, you know, we'll just whiz round here. Bit of dry brushing, quick wash job, and then we'll be out. Right, Matt, talk us through what you'll be up to today.
Because I'm now slightly stressed, I'm going to paint this figure to calm down a bit. I need to put some on camera in a bit because I need some ideas. So I'll do it. Let me just base this tanker bloke up. It's what I was doing the other night. So I'm going to do that. I was going to do my car, but I might do that this afternoon. I just want to make sure everything's still working and whatever. I lost his blooming hat. It is. Oh, right. How to get a blue hat I've just been playing with. There he is. Yours. Plenty of people in chat.
Yes. Yes.
Good. Like.
Jeff says he can highly recommend serious models. Definitely. Lee says, how is the Harrier, Nathan? He just bought one from the PM store and was wondering if I needed to order a lot of filler.
I don't know. I think it's got the classic Harrier problems with the wing to fuselage joint on the top. But I think, to be honest, some of this might be because I've rush built it because we're doing it on live shows. That I think I'm going to blame user error for a lot of this. But just take care of the intakes, get a good fit there, and then just watch your fuselage joint. I put a shimmer plastic card in the back, and that took care of 90% of it. I think the rest of the sanding and filling you see him do is probably me rather than the kit. To be honest. I mean, it's the best Harrier in 72 scale, I reckon. So you've not bought a bad kit. The only thing you might want to perhaps invest in is aftermarket nozzles.
Yes.
It's got a steam line down the middle, which is going to be an absolute nightmare to fix. So maybe get some resin nozzles for it. And a Master Models pitot probe, I think, might be worth.
Yeah.
Really long pitot probe to see Harrier, isn't it?
Yes.
Apart from that, I'm pretty happy with it.
I must admit, the Airfix Harriers 72nd ones, I've built them all apart from that one actually. I've done the FRS2, sorry, the FA2, and I've done the GRs and the things like that, and I know John built the GR3.
Yeah,
I've built the GR1.
they are good kits. But I'm going to fix this nozzle soon though. I might just take my own advice and get some resin ones.
Yeah, the newer GR1s and GR3s that were released after, they've got single piece ones because those are in two halves, aren't they?
Yeah, you can definitely get some resin ones. I think I might have some floating around somewhere. Have a rummage. The only other alternative is the Italeri one, which is the old Esky kit, and that needs aftermarket for the cockpit because it hasn't got an injector seat; it's just got a blob. Really. So of the two, I think you've got the right one.
Okay, so nice. Right, where were we? Has anyone got the upcoming border models Lancaster on order?
Nope.
No, don't want one.
I think we've said it before. For me, it's too big, and the amount of money that would be spent on it, I'd rather go on holiday. It's with that amount of money, I think.
Yes.
It looks lovely. It does look nice, but nah. Not.
You do realise if it does get released next month, I was right all the way along. I'm just going to put this out there because I called that with a bit where they were on about, oh, we're shipping them in December. I was like, not via my sources, you ain't. But I said it will be out in April. Sorry, March, April, wasn't it? So I will be totally vindicated for that one.
Going to be all over YouTube. I think if they release the cockpit section that Wingnut Wings had on their table at Telford a couple of years ago, I'll buy that any day of the week. I just got there. How much is it? £400?
But the thingy one more like about 7.
Yeah, it's near a 7, isn't it?
That's definitely not, because that's kind of what I'm planning on spending on a flight next summer. So put money towards getting on an aeroplane instead.
Go for you.
Yeah, I can't justify that amount of money on a kit. I'm not that. I mean, I like the Lancaster, but I'm not that bonkers about it. Yeah, I watched the video that Andy's Hobby Headquarters did. It does look nice.
Are you guys watching our chat as well, or am I doing both?
I've got our chat on.
All right, okay, so there's some questions in there as well, just looking at. It's got in here, morning all, this is from Matt, who was saying he wants to buy an A10 Thunderbolt. Which is the best kit in 72nd or 48th?
Hobby Boss in 48, 72nd is it Academies is the one,
I
is
would
it?
say probably Academies, yeah.
But both are hard to get because I was looking for our shop for the 48th one from Hobby Boss. And everybody's out, I think, at the minute. So
there is a new one coming out, though, isn't there?
yes, by
releasing
Academy.
that? Academy.
Yeah.
So Academy apparently doing a 48 scale, doing the C version, the Charlie, which is the modern version, if you like, which would be, you know, technically there is other ones that say they're the C, they're not. They've just been, you know, bits added, but the proper C is totally different beast to the old A version. So yes. But the Academy one, definitely for 72nd, I've built that one. That's a really nice kit. And obviously I've done the Hobby Boss 48th one and the Trumpeter 32nd. I'm pretty much A10'd out, really.
Iconic.
Such an iconic design. It's not that well served, is it?
No. Richie says, Phil, did you ever build the Eddard 48 scale Spitfire story? No, I haven't. It's still here. Because I did the Spitfire in 32nd only a couple of months ago. So, but I would like to do it because I haven't built actually well, to be honest, I haven't done their Mustangs, Spitfires or 109s, which they're sort of legendary for Eddard. So I'd like to give it a whirl at some point.
Eddard have got an interesting approach on. I think if you're building that aircraft in that scale, the Eddard one is really high parts count, really, really detailed. Oh yeah, I mean they're definitely lovely kits, but they've taken an interesting approach of just like big part count, like parts from undercarriage bay, where other manufacturers do it in 2 or 3.
John's got his medal in Oz.
Yes, so I see. Yeah, good job. Well, I wonder if everybody got the medals.
Yeah.
Nice to see they filtered into Oz, because that's taken a little bit longer than normal, because the rest of world ones went out basically about a week and a half before the European ones did, and the European ones went out 2 days before the UK ones. So I was sort of hoping they'd all drop in at about the same time. Phil, does the 72nd Hasegawa Phantoms go together nicely? Are there any fit issues that need looking out for? The standard thing with them is the intakes. If you spend a little bit of time playing with them, seam checking them, as in dry fitting and stuff like that, and you can just do some minor little shavings and things just to make them fit, because obviously you don't want to be messing around with filler in there. If you can, that's literally the only one. And the other one is getting a nice good join on the spine. So again, you know, when you're gluing it, glue it in sections. Don't just like run glue all the way down and away you go. Start it and work it in sort of 2 to 3 inch sections, or sort of every sort of 2 or 3 centimeters, and work your way up it. And then that way you'll get a really nice seam that hardly needs anything, because again, they've got detail along them. So you know, you don't really want to be going in there sanding.
Wayne says, "Allied guys, do you get capillary action with plastic magic glue?" Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, it's still one of those extra thin, ultra thin glues. Yeah, you still get the same.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about. I did see your question, Wayne, pop up on the actual YouTube video for that. I just haven't got time to. I haven't been around to answer it yet, but I got sent an email saying about that, so apologies. But yeah, it's got full capillary action. It basically is exactly the same as extra thin. It's a little bit hotter, I think, as in it melts stuff, especially soft plastics like Revels, a little bit more aggressively.
A couple of weeks, Alex.
Yeah, but you have to say what the question is.
Oh, okay, if I must. How long have your washers been on Hannon's?
Oh, that's why you weren't reading it. I didn't see it. Yeah, all right.
Puts in as you insist.
Yes, yeah, no, the Flooring Models washers are available at Hannon's again. They were for many, many years, and then we stopped for a few years, and then they're back on there again now. So I just did see a very good question. I was just about to read it out. Where's that gone? I've lost it. One of the guys was talking about. Oh, there we go. So Paul Adams was saying, given the cost of the boiler model kit for the Lancaster, I presume, he says that his club is buying one kit and doing it as a group build.
That's a good idea.
So that's quite a good idea, isn't it?
Dennis says in our chat, Revel paints are now at USA at Hobbytown, USA. Don't do it. Don't do it.
One word, no. You can spray them, but you need witchcraft. Literally.
To be fair, they're all right for hand painting.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're really thick, so you get loads of mileage out of them. Like John says, good for hand painting. I have sprayed them in the dim and distant past, but oh my god,
They're good for hand painting, but there's better for hand painting.
I like box
You're
art.
better off with Vallejo, wouldn't you, for hand painting if you.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah, it's their colours, because
they're weird.
model collect Jagtai. I didn't see it, Russell. Where did you message me or?
Is that Russell?
Yeah.
It's on its way. It's on its way, so you don't know about where it is.
Oh, sorry. The one from
Yeah, it's on its way, Russ. It's
Matt's
it'll
ordered
be
it.
here pretty soon, and then we'll get it straight to you. So sorry for the confusion with the other version that was all. But the version you want is on its way.
Somebody out the back of mine is actually mowing the lawn.
Really?
Yeah. I can
Is it
hear a
grown?
mower.
Our grass hasn't grown yet. What's the point? Tell you what, can we think of anything in defence of Revell paints?
No.
Well, their enamels work just like enamels. It's the acrylics that are the problem. It's a bit more like emulsion than paint. It is usable, and it's actually not bad for hand painting.
It's got good.
Coverage.
Has it got good adhesion properties?
No, it's like acrylic, isn't it? It'll come off if you look at it wrong. Back in the day, pre-Hataka, they were the only way to do basalt grey. And I used to spray it with that 20A, but I don't think I want to go back to those days.
As I say, the last time I used it, their acrylics in anger, was probably around about 20 years ago now, when I was doing a commission and I needed white. And in those days, it was that thing where white paint, Tamiya paint, was really hard to get. Everywhere just sold out of it, and clearly it wasn't in the UK. So I ended up going down to my local, haberdashery type store that happened to do kits, and they always had Revel in there. And I bought 3 of the square pots of it, and went around and used that. And I did all the white undersides and all the bits on it. And actually, by the time you thinned it to the right consistency, which did take a little bit of working out, it was all right. It covered fantastic.
Yeah, they're not unusable, not useless, but they're just not.
I reckon John's nail on there straight away. Just use it for cockpits and hand painting.
Yeah.
Use it for figures.
Yeah. God, Tony's cut his lawn as well. It sounds going to sound terribly middle class, but our gardener's not being proud of it.
Oh, gosh, it's rubbish.
I'd pay a fella about £6 to cut the grass because I hate doing it.
I'm itching to cut out a lawn. Bloody right, Steve.
Hate it. Just getting the fly mower out. Our fly mower's got the world's shortest lead because Anne's run over it. Our lawnmower's got about a 3-foot lead. I have to get the extension cable out and no. Anne was angry mowing once and everything suddenly went quiet.
Angry mowing. How's that work then?
Well, not very well.
Yeah.
I think she's taken her frustrations out on the lawnmower and just run over the wire, even though it's bright orange. So funny. It's PM.
I think I've told you this story, but the funniest one for that was that I happened to crash my car when I was 17, and I came home like you do, a bit sheepish, and my dad was cutting the hedge, and then he proceeded to give me like a half-hour lecture on without driving with due care and attention, and all the rest of it, and really giving it beans. And then next thing you know, he cut through the cable. So he's literally hedge cutting it. He's like with electric edge trimmer, and then he goes through the cable and it just stops. And he just looks at me and says, "That's a perfect example of not paying attention." And it was like, you just did it. You're giving me a bollocking for what you've just done, and then apparently that's an example of what it was. So yes.
Do you want to do the question? Here we go. We'll do it once, and then I think put it to bed. Is PM planning to stop selling Zvezda?
To be honest with you, you ain't going to be able to get it to stock it, so that's probably the answer. But as the Zvezda we have in stock, and I'll answer this now, we actually own it.
Yeah.
We own it. We've bought it. We own it. So, what do we do? It's a bit of one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll jump in because you know me, I'm a little bit more non-diplomatic than you guys. At the end of the day, we own the stock and have bought the stock. So you say we just bin it? That's not we can't do that as a company. It's not viable to actually do that. We need to sell it. And everything else. And also you've got the other thing as well where, at the end of the day, we're not having an argument here with Zvezda. No. As a company, they are a company in their own right. They might not agree with what's going on in the world either. So it just puts everybody in a really awkward position. And if you want to go back through history, I think everybody's made sort of mistakes everywhere. Does that mean you would boycott buying everything? Would you not buy Japanese stuff? Would you not buy English stuff?
No one would buy from us, would they?
Well, that's it. Nobody would buy from England with our track history, As I say, from a state level, I think it's absolutely horrendous, and I have very strong views on it, and I have very strong views on what we should do about it as well. But at the end of the day, from a business point of view, you're going to be penalising independent companies You know, it's not a state company or anything else like that. So it does make it very, very difficult. You know. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's well put. I think my view is I'm not going to change my opinion on Russians because of the action of one crazy man in the Kremlin.
Absolutely. I'm not being funny. Flory Models has got lots of Russian members. You know, not thousands clearly, but we have got a few, and obviously we've got lots of people from, you know, obviously Ukraine, from all around the world. But nobody's blaming those people. It's not on individuals. You know, this is a state thing, not individuals.
To be fair, if you see what's been happening to the Russian protesters, they need a bit of support as well, don't they?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Anyway, change subject.
Yeah.
That's it. Done said.
Dennis, David in chat says, what are your thoughts on cordless hairbrushes? Does anyone on there have one? On here have one?
Yeah, I've played with them.
We've talked about them before in the past, haven't we? About
Air dryer. Do I need an air dryer for?
They are great for tiny, small jobs like priming, if you're doing one colour painting, that type of thing, no problem at all. But obviously for long-term airbrushing, like you want to sit down for a, you know, and do some camo and stuff, you're not going to get the refinedness that you're going to get from a normal airbrush. You know, they're not that good. They're great for priming, like, don't get me wrong. And I think the guys who do like figure painting and stuff like that for putting down like one colours and for priming and those things, I think it's a great bit of kit. And again, the usual thing with it, not all airbrushes are equal. So again, I've got a friend of mine who uses it all the time. He's got one of the quite expensive ones and it works very well for him, but he just does figure painting and stuff. But then again, in testing, we played with a couple of them, and yeah, some of the cheap Chinese knockoff type versions of it are no way like the good ones. So yeah.
Paul in our chat has asked, Phil, can floor washers be pushed through an airbrush? If so, what PSI would you advise?
Yeah, do it all the time. You don't have to thin it, straight into your airbrush and just spray it as you normally would. Usual thing, listen to your airbrush. If it's struggling to spray it, just turn up your air pressure. But generally, you know, just normal sort of 15 PSI will work, 10, 15 PSI, it will spray it. Say if you're doing armour or big things, it's a great way of putting down a nice even coat right the way over it, and you can dry it back with your airbrush as well. So, yes.
Yeah, Dennis, the airbrushes basically look like a normal airbrush, but then they have like a...
There's like a can under it, which has got the battery pack and the motor.
Yeah, press a bit in it. So it's like something like that.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Yeah, but obviously, yeah, different. They're doing different colours and whatever. But yeah, and so he's basically, to me, it feels a bit unwieldy to hold, but you get used to it, I suppose. But yeah, basically, sort of like something it looks like. I can't give me
I say, what's the balance like on them?
Yeah, they're very bottom heavy, clearly.
Yeah, imagine, yeah.
Because the battery, yeah, if you've got, they're quite heavy. They're not massively heavy, but compared to just holding an airbrush, they are, you know. But like I said before, you do have to be careful, because if you go on like Amazon and eBay and all the rest of it, there's loads of different ones. There's ones up there that are dirt cheap. There's others that are a little bit more expensive, and they are not all equals. You know, there's some really horrible ones out there, and there is some that aren't too bad. Because I know people you've said, but like I've always said, you can buy the cheapest 10 quid or 5 quid airbrush. It'll work the first couple of times, no problem at all. But long term, you know, as you know, the parts aren't going to last that long and various things. So, you know, just be buyer beware on them. But I think for doing priming of small things, if you're into 70-second scale and stuff like that, then I think it'd be all right, you know.
I think they originally came from nail salons, didn't they?
Nail art.
Yeah, all they are is a nail brush sprayer, yeah.
There's one here I can order on Amazon, come today by 10 PM.
You could do a thing this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it comes afternoon.
By 10 PM.
Same day delivery.
It'd be interesting to see if you can put a different airbrush onto the
You couldn't for the ones that I've seen because it's actually welded on. It's moulded to it. Some of them you can unscrew them off the top, but the one that I've seen was actually built in.
Yeah.
But they do ones which are, literally they just screw in the top, which are the nicer ones, I think. But again, if you're doing it, as you say, from nail bar point of view and stuff like that, it isn't too bad at all. Right, shall I just show where we are? So what I've done is I've just literally flipped around the cockpit and just hand painted up a few things, just give it a little bit of colour. We've done just a little bit of dry brushing just down in here in the areas we can see. Again, we'll do a little bit more dry brushing on the sides here. Once this dries, you can probably see it's still a little bit wet in the corners down in here. And we've done the other side. So literally we're getting ready to put that together. So what I'm going to do now is stick this off to one side and we'll do some clean up and hopefully get the engine on here, because we've got to do wing cleanups. We've got seam lines down in here to take care of and stuff like that. So that's what I'm up to right now. Who's up next? How's it going, Matt?
All right. Yeah, I'm just basing up my tanker, my Panzer tanker figure. So I am on the AK Panzer crew uniform set. Make my life a little bit easier.
Very nice. And how are you getting on with your Gen 3s?
You what, sorry?
And they're Gen 3s, yeah?
Gen 3s, yeah. Yeah, 3G, whatever you want to call them. All I've done is just added a bit of blue to one of the dark, it's the uniform base colour they call it.
Yeah.
It's just a dark black grey. But I've added a little bit of a blue tinge. I just find that works better for this scale. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Just trying to mix his trousers up a little bit so they don't like match his jacket, you know. So, just mix up the ratios in that. But yeah.
Nice. Very, very good.
Adam say he bought a colours airbrush for 90 quid once and would happily pay the company the same to take it back.
Yeah.
I can't see the benefit over a normal setup.
Like, honestly, I would never use it over a normal airbrush, but I think, as I said, for figure painters, and perhaps if you did 70-second scale stuff, for priming and base coats and things like that, then you could probably work really, really well. But yeah, I think it's one of those where sort of buyer beware. Do your homework on them, because there's so many different ones out there and so many sort of cheaper knockoff versions. You do have to sort of do your little bit of homework onto it, and don't just trust Amazon reviews, because we all know they're fake. But
Are they?
I just love it when you read that this is the best product I've ever used, and then the one below it says total junk, sent it straight back. It's like, okay.
Paul says Harry's fitted in a water to his. And Richard says you can use different airbrushes with an adapter.
Yeah.
One for you, Nathan. Roger says, why does Nathan use glue his blades to his knife?
I didn't mean to glue the blade to my knife. Not intended at all. So I managed to burn the glue off, and now it's back to normal. Not a plan at all. Couldn't get the knife blade off. I was like, oh, gold. So simple solution: fire. But it's off now. It's got a slight charring on the end of my thing. Never mind. There we go. Get the flaps done, and I'm near. I think I might be able to spray this this afternoon rather.
Good
To
job.
rebuild the flaps that I butchered.
So what are you doing now, Nate? You're just doing the intakes?
Doing the flaps,
Oh, right.
because I've got some bicarbonate super glue mix in. I've had to put a bit of plastic card on the front.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shape the flap so it's more like an aerofoil section, and then get them in the right way round, something like this. Put them in as a slightly dropped flap.
Yeah.
To be honest, that was to hide a really bad join.
Yeah.
It's just gonna.
Well, it works. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I've done that before.
In. And then the flaps can be dropped. But I intended not to sit dropped, but who cares? Yeah. So I just need to sort of just shape them and drop them. Before I do that, I'm just sanding I did the old bicarbonate and super glue filler job.
Mm-hmm.
I just put this down, sand it flat, and Because at the moment it's just full of bicarbonate, glue, blobby stuff.
Dennis in chat says, Dennis, not Neil. Now is it agreed that spray cans are the best paint to paint outsized model planes, etc. B70, 72B, 36, etc. Just ease into it. Yeah, if you've got a big surface, then you want something that's going to
A lot of paint down quick, can't you?
Yeah, but the problem is spray cans can get out of control, can't they? If
you can flood. I think that's the trouble, isn't it? With all spray cans, it's very easy to put down too much and flood. That's what we were talking about. Me and Matt were talking about this the other day, weren't we? We were saying that those AK ones have got like a finer nozzle.
Yeah, it's the Mr. Hobby ones.
Mr. Hobby ones, yeah. They've got like a very fine nozzle, so it puts on a lighter coat. You don't flood it on like you get with, to be honest, other ones. And like car paint primers and stuff like that tend to flood it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, these ones. Oh, not on the camera.
Hold on.
Them ones.
Them ones. Yes.
And I mean, I've just recently painted that primed that in it, and it went down beautifully. I'll get back onto the table.
You say recently, that was like a month ago.
Yeah.
What about a spray gun? You're doing a lot of big models. Is that worth the investment?
It's the cleaning again, though, isn't it? Yeah, spray can just start. You don't know, you'd have to worry about cleaning the thing as well.
I say I hate primary. I think if we can do it with a rattle can, do it with a rattle can.
Yeah,
the big thing is, if you're using a rattle can, don't do it in front of your spray booth, because otherwise you're going to fill your filter up.
Only if you turn it on.
Well, yeah, if you turn it on, it helps.
Yeah, don't.
You could be doing it the Andy Molyneux way.
It's plenty drivable. I did that, and then I wanted to crack on with my centres group build, which is this X-wing. But then Phil took ill.
Oh, that's it. Blame me.
Well, we all took ill.
Yeah, it's only Matt left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seem to be having troubles concentrating. I've got a YouTube man at the moment, 10 minutes, and then my
Tunes out.
tunes out. Yeah.
Christopher said he's got a Badger 155s. It's a spray gun.
Good.
If you're doing loads and loads and loads of big models, it might be worth it. If you want to do, then get the can.
Yeah, I agree. You lose a lot of spray in the air. You get 30% paint in the air with a spray can, but then sometimes when you're doing a big surface, it just is it.
If you're doing big stuff, like if you remember when I did that Saturn V, to be honest, I'd probably use less paint using a spray can than I would do if I was trying to airbrush it, because it's so massively big. So I just took it outside, hung it up in my carport, and just sprayed it with gloss white, from a can, and that was so much easier. I would have spent ages messing around trying to do it with a airbrush.
And to be fair, there is a story why we've got some mahogany surface primer 1000 spray cans that we can't actually post.
Yeah.
And Matt to blame me.
I like it. It's one of them good.
Happy little accidents.
Happy little accidents. Unlike them nozzle things to the bloody.
It's still that sort of.
What, the Sprout?
Not Mr. Sprout, the other ones that you've
The
got on your
Shiwis that we bought by mistake.
Shiwis, yeah, the Shiwi ones. That was the one.
I say we bought by mistake. Andy bought by mistake. Are they on special? Hold on, why aren't they on special this weekend? They should be like 90% off.
What could we sell them for? 50p each. The cheapest. It's only a couple of quid.
If
At least we have
a
an active
Shiwi, you're fine.
Mr. Spout back in stock now, so yeah.
Yeah, somebody may have ordered the wrong item.
Yeah, a little bit confused.
It's a confusing system, though, isn't it?
Have you had a look at that thing yet, Phil? That Boba Fett thing?
I haven't. No, I haven't had a chance yet. I was going to have a look at it yesterday, to be honest, but I run out of time. So
Right.
I will do the review on it probably Monday. So watch this space.
Steve's asking, has anybody got any old spare broken jet parts or leftovers they want to get shot off?
Oh, look, is he getting ready for the Greebly sig?
Yeah, that's the problem, is everyone's going to be doing the grievous thing, aren't they? Wanting to give over.
I'm going to sort out my own little tub of scrap. I've got loads of parts left from that Sherman. Like loads. You know what dragons like when you build one of their kits, you're left with more than you've actually stuck together all the time, aren't you? So,
Speaking of which, how many of us do that thing when you're looking at your sprues afterwards and you're thinking, shit, forgot to put that on?
I've done that.
My best one was a 72nd B-17 build, and it must have been built for about 3 years. And I just saw it on the cabinet one day and I'm thinking, the landing lights are still masked over.
that's the best, you know, people thinking the canopy's still masked up.
Yeah, to be honest, we've all done it. We see it in the forum where people are like, you might want to unmask the canopy. Yeah.
How's chipping going, John? Have you mastered it?
It's exciting, isn't it?
Where's the chipping master?
No.
10.
There he is.
Not really.
Dave says, back to spray Tammy lacquer paint for the first time. What ratio thinner should I use? Just go same as you would XF, 50-50-ish.
Yeah, you probably go a little bit thinner, to be honest, more on the 60 side.
I was going to say 60-40.
Yeah,
That 60% thinner is 40% paint, by the way, not the other way around.
yeah. Otherwise it will be thin.
That will be nice.
Yeah, it has got nice pigment in it, hasn't it?
As somebody asked how your Hella plastic was filled.
Sorry?
As the Hella plastic.
Yeah, look, as you can see, it's lovely. I've got a little bit of flash, just dealing with now. But no, it's all right. All right.
Good.
To be honest, it's that thing, because it's hella plastic, it's quite soft, so it's very easy to work with.
Yeah, to be honest, this night shift technique's not bad, is it? It's time consuming.
Have you got 70 hours, John?
I'm not spending that long. But yeah, I don't want it looking absolutely bad. So I'm going first with like a lighter colour, the sand colour.
Are you going for strategic chipping?
Yeah, basically just around edges and stuff like that, and hatches, and
Yeah.
I'm not bothering too much with the around the running gear, because with the side skirts and everything on the wheel, you don't see anything behind there.
I'm not going to say any of that, are you?
But yeah, once you get the hang of it and get into a rhythm with it, it's quite good. Like I said, I don't want to show it absolutely battered to hell.
So what paints you using?
I'm using basically most of the ones you gave me the other
So
day.
where'd you get them from?
Gordon says he's never done an airliner kit before, but watching the jets trying to land at Heathrow during Storm Eunice has put me in the mood. Some crazy video from that one.
Good old Jerry's done well out of that, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Say, there's some big seam lines to deal with in an airliner, isn't there?
Yeah. To be honest, I don't mind them because they're nice big areas. They're easy to sand and polish out.
Mm.
Sale on airline kits at the moment.
Yeah. Get the Zvezda ones. They're the best ones. Whilst you can.
They are actually. They are the best by a long way. They're
Yeah.
pretty good kits. So
And they're all on sale in the big sale section.
Yes.
Big sale.
We'll have a quick look at that now. So don't forget, over in the Flory store, you've got up to, I think it's 30% off. There is
Still
links on this, by the way, down the bottom if you're watching on YouTube.
We're still on JB, John. Matt
Oh,
Phillip,
sorry,
yeah.
that'll be it then. Right, there we go. So on the Flory Model store, if you go on there, just click on store here. You'll be taken to here. And to say, if you're in the UK only, because we only do UK sales, you can obviously get this. So we've got obviously the sander packs are down to 35 quid. Your all sander packs are a fiver. You got 25% off the washes, so they're all £4.80. As well, we've got a discount of whatever that is on the empty bottles as well. Sander packs are down to £30.99 instead of 42 quid. And all washes, as I say, £4.80. Pigment sets, all the bits and pieces. So if you want to grab them, if you're in the UK, you can do that. But you can also go to PM Models. They've got their massive big sale, huge, which is up to 50% off, which we'll show you in a moment, unless we've sold out of them all. We've got 15% off Dragon, 20% off Fujami or Fujimi, wherever you are in the world. Hasegawa 15%, Hobby 2000 15%, and Ryfield Models 15%, and then 10% off all other kits. It's only for today, all right? But if you go in the big sale, oh, they've sold out. Okay, scrap that. So as I say, that was a fantastic price, but they have all gone. That's the GR4 Tornadoes. They were down to 65 quid from 136 pounds. But again, loads of deals to be had. As you can see, some of these have sold out. So grab them whilst you can, as I say, but good discounts on all of these down in here, as you can see. Some really nice stuff. This isn't just the drift and drizzle, we say, but this is actually the good stuff. So some nice stuff down there. There's those Vestas airliners. They are really, really good, I have to say. I've built that one. I did the Dreamliner. So yes, very, very good indeed. And then obviously we've got all the other bits down in HAR. As you can see, we've got the sale for the Flory Models, and all your other kits is 10% off as well. Okay. Very good. Excellent stuff. And also Serious Models, they're in with us today as well. So if you are in the EU, obviously you get 10% off. The discount on all the Flory Models range, and plus that you can get all your other kits down in there as well. So they've got an ever increasing range, and they've got their other site as well, which covers absolutely everything. Telephone.
Phone's going.
Phone's going. Don't forget, you can get involved with us as well. Let me refresh and see if anyone's put anything in. Hold on, it's coming. Oh, there we go. So we can have a look at some of your great work. So if you want to get your work seen up on here, just tag us on Instagram and then it'll appear in here. So we've got this very nice one from Marcus, who's done a, what's that? The Hobby Boss 1350, what's that? A Condorette French Dreadnought.
Oh, it's a ship.
It's a ship.
It's a boat.
It's a boat. No, it's definitely a ship. Boats. Do you know the difference between a boat and a ship?
You can put
Size.
it's on a ship, but
No.
you can't put ships on a boat.
No, I'll tell you what it is, right? A ship leans outward when it goes round the corner. A boat leans inward. Hence the reason submarines are called boats, because they lean inwards when they turn. Just saying.
How do you know that?
I know, I just crap really, isn't it? Hey, look, I've got my day skipper license I took when I was 17. That's how I know this stuff. Anyway, Marcus has put up as well. It's 48 scale KI61 Tony. Very nice. Nicely weathered on that. Good bit of weathering down in there. Very nice indeed. So that's that one. So that's the Tamiya kit. And he's obviously, of course, he's used the Flory Models Dark Wash. So very nice on there. Next up, we've got David, and he's working on the Kitty Hawk F-35A.
Nice.
So again, very nice indeed. And we've got this is the Norwegian Airways one, isn't it, with that colour?
Yeah, 787.
So this is My Planes Don't Fly, which I can't remember his name, but this is the tail one, isn't it? He did message me back and said that it was right. He did say it was X2. We were talking about this on Thursday night. He did use X2, and he did say he did put it on really heavy, so that's probably what it was. It just wasn't totally dry. But that's looking really smart. Like that a lot.
Oh yeah.
So yes, because the Norwegian ones, they have tail art as well with all the different people, don't they? So very, very nice as well. Very good job on there.
Can I just pause 1 sec, Phil?
Go on.
Roger, no, it's only on kits, no tools, no sundries.
Yeah, it gets a bit confusing when it's all that lot.
Just off kits. We don't make enough money on stuff.
Very nice. Michael's working obviously on the GR4 Tornado, which is the Revel one, 48 scale.
Yeah, nice scheme.
Very nice scheme. Very, very nice scheme. Oh, look, a Lank. So this is the Airfix 72nd scale. Do you know what? I thought that was the actual 48 scale one.
Yeah,
We're
that's
talking
lovely
about
build.
scale effect, work to treat, because that caught me. I thought that was the HK48 one, but no, it's not. That's actually the Airfix 72nd one. It's the Mark III.
That's turned out nice, hasn't
That's
it?
turned out really nice.
Over,
Good
yeah.
job on that.
That's the kit I built, and that is stunning result. If I can get that, I'd be well happy.
Definitely. That is absolutely a superb job, because I really thought that was 48 scales. What we're talking about scale effect, nailed it with that one. And this is an older one from Haylock, and he's done the train cart. So this is the brake van, I do believe. Luckily my miss is in there, otherwise she'd kill me if it's not. So but very nice job indeed with that. Don't forget, if you want to get involved with any of these, just put us in old hashtag official Flory models or at Flory models, official Flory models, and it'll appear then down in here, and we can showcase your great work. So if you've got anything to do, just tag us on Instagram and that will appear just down in there. So yes, good job everybody. Very nice.
Thanks.
So yeah, just to answer that question, a couple of people asking, I'm working on this is the Hella CL125 water bomber. So we've just done the cockpit, we've done the fuselage bits, which I'm just about to give a quick dry brush to. I don't know why, you're not going to see any of it. And then we'll try and weld all this thing together before luncheon break, I think.
Is that the plan?
Well, that's the hope. So I think what we'll do, we'll just dry brush it with a bit of grey. Tell you what, just get a bit of yellows. Natural. So for this, I'm just going to use a little bit of Abtei Lung 502s, and this is just the neutral grey, which to be honest is more like a cream. I don't know why they call it a grey. So onto a bit of card, only need a smidgy bit. There we want Mr. Dry Brush.
Mr. Dry Brush.
Mr. Dry Brush, I have a brush for drying. I must admit, those brushes we've been using recently, just say, I know I'm an animal for brushes, but I really do like the Tamiya ones. Remember I bought that 3-pack of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're only artificial. They're made out, they're not squirrel or ferret or anything. They're plastic bristles, but they work really, really well.
Can't beat a bit of squirrel.
Can't be a squirrel.
Might go and catch them in the garden so I can make my own brushes.
Yeah, stick a trap up.
God, he's shooting his pigeons, he's trapping his squirrels.
Grey squirrel.
Oh, we have in the RAC round.
The RAC.
RAC, you know, RSPCA, sorry, RAC. Could have the RAC round, you never know.
You might do.
A squirrel's broken down.
Yeah, yeah. Can you fix me squirrel? Molly, you're gonna have to wait.
Molly needs toilet.
Molly's going, I need the toilet. Help. Touching cloth here. Right, hold on. I'll sort you out in a minute.
You have to give her a shiwi.
Yeah, can you send me a shiwi down? Dog friendly one.
It says the weather nice down there because it's absolutely lovely up here.
Oh, I tell you what,
today.
it's glorious here today. Yeah, no, it's really nice. To be honest, it was yesterday. Took the dogs out yesterday afternoon for a proper old run, and it was absolutely lovely.
I say after last weekend's.
That's what we were saying. The
Oh,
difference a week makes, because you couldn't even stand up. You know, this time last week.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a bit biblical.
Horrible. I tell you what they did. They've rendered the front of my new bit.
Oh right,
Yesterday,
yeah.
they've started the rendering.
Got all that
So
done.
tomorrow, my plan is to clear out what I've shoved in there for a bit of storage, and start painting the new plaster when it's all done. So I can get out of that sealer stuff, you know, like PVA
Yeah.
sort of sealer stuff, so it don't sort of paint it. So that's the plan for tomorrow for me, and hopefully I might get in there by next weekend. I think. Get my finger out. Exciting.
Big turnaround, isn't it?
It's yeah. Like I said, they pretty much finished it off. You say he's put the finger coat of rendering on, then he's got to just do the pebbly dash effect, but you have to leave it a little bit of something, don't you? So to dry, you put the other effect on. So yeah, but obviously that's outside, so that's not really good effect. What I do. So yeah, it's come on pretty quick. So nice to get my room back.
Yes. Okay, right. See if we can seal this thing up. So let's face it, in typical Hella fashion, it's a little bit bent,
We've got a bit of warpage.
bit of warpage.
Christopher says, question, body of my Savano's 125th Oldsmobile is a little tweaked. What's the best way to straighten the car body?
Ooh.
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 Hmm.
Take it down to the body shop.
Yeah, need a jig.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, hot water. Bend it. Good question.
You know what? I will confess I actually don't know with that.
Yeah, but I don't know how you go about that. Not on something like that.
Like Nathan said, hot water and
Hot water.
I don't know.
Thing is, plastic doesn't actually react too well with hot water. It's one of those things, isn't it? Resin's great for it, but
Yeah.
I was thinking just to soften it ever so
yeah,
slightly.
no, I think you're right.
Sort of.
Yeah,
You tend to go too far there, don't you? And then it's
You have to sort of overbend it, don't you, a little bit? I've had that with plastic kits. You overbend it.
yeah,
If you don't fit.
let's try not to stress it, and then
It's like on the pillars though, isn't it? The roof pillars will
yeah.
crack.
oh, yeah. You've got quite weak areas on there as well, don't you? That's the thing.
Yeah, they're a bit flimsy around there, so where the windscreen goes and the A pillars and B pillars can just crack on you. So.
Mm.
I wonder if it's not once it's got the clear parts and it's
Yeah,
one of those. It might sort of twist itself and it all
Yeah,
gets
it might
glued.
pull itself out. But
And the clear parts are in and stuff. I don't know.
and especially what about when you attach it to the pan as well?
Mhm.
Like I say, when you've made it a bit more solid,
Might right itself.
might be worth a test fit, like a dry fit, to see if it does sort of bring it back to straight.
yeah,
I had that with my Meng DR1 and the wings were, I basically overbent them the other way.
Yeah,
Took a risk that I wouldn't snap it. And then the last little bit, it all kind of straightened itself up when it got glued together. That was lucky, to be honest, that it did that. I was there on some of the live shows, just bending this wing. That's the point, and it sort of sprung back. It's always the risk you're going to snap them, isn't there?
yeah.
What if you could? Is it a really old kit that you can't get another one off? Send an email to someone. Say, oi.
Roger's saying here about the he saw a CL, I presume 215 water bother mounted onto a polystyrene ball covered in cotton wool for the water effect. Looked quite good.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gordon says, how do you get the scale effect on your finished models? Never look that good. The scale effect to me is one of those ones where technically it's a bit of a mix. Sometimes you have to over weather so you can see it. So in some cases, I know people talk about like panel line washes and riveting washes are overdone because in reality they're not that strong, but it makes your eye look over the model and more in detail. So sometimes you're going to fade colours back, in other times you're going to bring them forward. It's one of those things where you just sort of learn it. I call it layering. If you watch my videos, and I know you're not a member, Gordon, but if you go off to the tutorial section, they are free to watch. And when I did it on the Spitfire, so you start off with just layering up your weathering, and with each layer you tend to get more scale effects. It gives depth to your model. So you're not just seeing it like flat two-dimensional object, you're seeing it a 3D. So the weathering has different layers. So, and I always say the more layers you put down, the better scale effect it has, until you're into a situation like that Lancaster, when you look at it with no scale reference, you don't really know what scale it is. And we've seen this, some people do amazing stuff with scale effect in like 70-second, and you look at it and you think, is that 30-second? Is it 48th? I don't know, you know, it is that good. And that's the thing, because sometimes you can look at models and you know exactly what scale they are, but other ones have got very clever with the weathering, and it's that way of sort of, you know, I call it sort of pantomime stuff. I know the armor guys do it, but I really love it, and they will overfade. And then obviously they've got shadows, which are slightly darker, but it gives real depth to the model, and that's what I call the sort of scale effect. Alan says, hi everyone, hope you're safe and well. Does anyone know where I can buy a set of aftermarket undercarriage for a 48 scale Mosquito? I have found the very small thin cross section impossible to fit. I think SAC do a set of white metal ones.
They do most ones, don't they?
They pretty much do everybody's. Also, don't forget, you could scratch build that section if you wanted to, because it's only a cross, and you could put it in the you know, out of metal, you know, literally like little bits of wire, things like that, stretch sprue into it, just to sort of, you know, put it in as a cross in one direction, then come in the other, and then glue the center section.
Oh, I missed it. Dennis says, Andy will see this in chat or YouTube chat. Oh, I missed.
Phil, where did you get your clamps? Oh God, here we go. Our weekly question. We literally, I get this asked almost every single time I pull a clamp out. It's like to get them out. It's like, oh, where'd you get them? To be honest, we said before, they were a cheap, really cheapy thing that was available for a few years, about 10 years ago now, probably I got these. And they are literally for railway modelers and all the rest of it. Unfortunately, you can't buy them anymore. And they were literally cheap. They were like $4.99 a pair or whatever they are. There is a company in, was it Sweden? Who've copied them, and they've just 3D printed them, but they're a lot more expensive. But they are just what we call F-clamps or friction clamps. So literally you just come along and you pop them onto an area like this, and then you just push them slightly together and then it'll hold. But the idea is, as I said before, let me grab the other one. They actually come with a base, and then they stand like this, and you screw them. That's why it's got holes in it, and you put railway carriages in it, or trains and things. And that's actually what they were primarily designed for. But again, they work great for modelling, but nobody makes them. It's weird. The company who did it was a cheap Chinese company, and they literally stopped. So it's one of those things. I can guarantee at some point they will be re-released again. But at the point they were literally, I think they were like $4.99 a pair. They were really, really cheap. And again, now they're not as cheap, because obviously there's a company who's like making a 3D copy and doing it. But yeah, that's all they are, literally.
Tony says, where do you post pictures today?
Well, as I say, for if you put them on Instagram, I can just grab them and show them straight away.
So if you do hashtag.
Yeah, or just do hashtag official Flory models, hold on, let me show you. So, like, and it'll appear in here, you see. So if you just do hashtag, because we got the tag section on here, it just appears in here then, and then we can look at your great work. You know. So yeah, that's how that's working. So if you just do either @FloryModels and that pings it over to us direct, or just do hashtag and then it'll get tagged into here, you see. So just do hashtag official FloryModels, because there's a couple of FloryModel ones up there. Do you know what? This is actually pinged together really, really well. I'll just point this out. I thought this was never going to fit, but actually, look at that. I thought for it was just going to be an absolute nightmare, but this has gone together lovely. So I'm amazed.
So that's 2 Hella kits, and you've ended up both of them.
I know.
So what's that telling you?
Yes, I should build more Hella, clearly. Stop bashing Hella.
We don't bash Hella. Hella are a classic.
Good stuff.
Actually, do you know, for one of the classics, their older kits are alright. I know they've raised panel lines, but you know, I know we've discussed this before, but I always thought they were nice kits.
Yeah.
We did get a bit of cockpit detail when nobody else was really doing it, and you know, they did some interesting subjects.
Yeah. Again, that's the thing as well. It's the subject matter. Obviously, there is a little bit of a French, like most companies, they play to the home market, but they do some really, really interesting stuff.
But why wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? Because there's definitely stuff that they've released that you'd never get from anybody else.
No.
So.
Yeah, Chris says he thinks he can get another kit.
Can't you get in touch with them and say
I've got an email saying, look, you sent me a wonky.
got a warped body?
Hmm.
Say what, that's good job, right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it
Tom
super glue talc for the seam line?
What, for me? Maybe. Yeah, probably, because we need to do it quicker. So,
yeah.
But generally, it's all right.
Tom says people who say panel line washers are too strong need to see those Greek A7s and their A4s and their A everythings.
Yes.
And the ref everythings. And
Have we answered Trevor's question about the IBG TKS?
no.
Is it better to go get the full kit or the easy kit if you plan on having it buttoned up? The easy kit, I'd say.
Yeah.
You don't need to do all the complicated stuff if you're not going to be showing it. So I'd go for the easier kit. As Phil about interiors on tanks.
Yes. Great if you're into it. Nightmare if you're not.
Yeah, it can. It's proper time consuming, isn't it?
Yeah. Look at that. Clicked and it's just ping. Nice.
Cool. Jake Cole says, has anyone built the 172nd AVI bird dog?
No. I don't even know much about the company. I've heard of the kit, but I presume it's limited run. But the only thing that's scary about, obviously, that would be the clay parts. Because quite a bit of clay parts on a bird dog, and you want them to fit.
Yep.
So, but no.
Yep. Gordon, this session's running until 12 o'clock, so another 15 minutes. Then we'll be back on at 2 o'clock till 5. This
The afternoon session.
Yes.
Like snooker.
It is. Yes, we're stopping for tea and tiffin.
This is the morning session, and then the afternoon session will be back on at 2.
Yeah.
I'm not touching my computer now, that's it. I'm leave it.
I was going to say, whatever you do, Matt, don't turn your computer.
I am not even, I'm dead touch the thing now, it's working.
Yeah.
I think it's Skype, if I'm honest. I think it's Skype problem, it's not the computer.
Well, every time I turn Skype on, it literally does an update.
Yeah, I think it is due an update, if I'm honest. It's not done one, and that's when it tends to have an issy fit when it's due an update, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nigel. Nice to see you're on time. And
Well, Nigel woke up.
It's fucking said bugger. Forgot the live show.
How can you forget? Of all the people, how can you forget we've got a live show?
And Phil's building something French.
Yeah, there's me taking the time to do French for him. You can't even be bothered to get up.
And it's almost a bomber.
Yeah,
it's a
it
French
is. It's
bomber,
like a
isn't
French
it?
bomber.
I know. Just
Bomber de l'eau.
Yes. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I need your help with for
Right,
go and get it.
you have the camera.
opening map. Yeah, I've got one actually, it's alright. So this is, bearing in mind, is a very rough layout of something at the minute. So, you can see that, yeah?
Yep.
So roughly knock this base up, and the plan is obviously I built this pack forte over Christmas, I think, when we was homeless. So my plan is I'm doing them British figures. So I've got the mini master box, sorry, British figures. Got 3 of them, look.
Yeah.
And the guy with the Bren crouching, which I think is quite a cool figure. So the plan is to have like this abandoned, like the crew's done one.
Yeah.
And obviously the Brits have come in and are just inspecting what's left. So my original plan was to have the Opel Mortier on there and doing it with that, but actually I had a bit of a thing for like sticking the pack 40 on. So the plan is a tree here.
Yes.
I'm going to smooth all this out because, like I said, this is a bit rough at the minute. I need to smooth out some of the gradients. This is obviously going to be some sort of track, so they're like at a junction. They've stuck the pack at a junction, and you know what I mean. So there's going to be equipment and stuff. But I always sort of struggle with layouts of dioramas and vignettes and stuff. So I think it'll work.
Be nice.
If you've got any sort of input, I'm all ears. And the response is deafening. Thanks, lads.
No. Thing is, yeah, you know, what do you fancy doing? That's the question. How would
Do
you?
you know what I
want
think
to
he
see it?
should? Do you know what I think he should do? Finish
on.
the bloody Sherman one first, so I can do the video for it.
Wait, have you looked at any of that footage yet?
No. You put some up for the Sherman.
You are, sorry?
You put some up for the Sherman.
You've got the figure in, yeah?
The figure's nearly done.
Yeah, well, the base is just there. I'm on it next week.
I know, but I need to get it done for.
Well, there might be an interlude, you know, there might be something the week after, as in, you know, something else, if I ain't got it finished. You know, you can't rush this thing, it's art, mate. You can't rush art.
That's good what Chris said. Sherman rolls over pack 40.
I did actually think about putting pack 40 on the other base, but it's going to be a bit cluttered. Sherman on part 20, yeah, I think it is, yeah. I think we might go into another season with the Sherman.
Yeah, that's what you could do. We'd just start doing things in series. Series 1, and then series 2 of it.
Season 1. Have you watched any of it, Tony? Or, have you seen any of them? Yeah.
Right, what have we got?
Ooh, that's harsh, isn't it? We're sorting that, isn't it? He'll be on for a band soon if he carries on.
What's
Don't
that?
forget,
Part
I have
27.
power. I have the power of a mod. I hope you come up when we have an open day, Tone. I would really like to meet you.
Stop putting some more jazzy music over it.
Yes.
Well, what?
Jazzy, some drum and bass or something on it.
No, you want to have some jazz.
Oh, God, no, you don't.
Not as good as my party lights music. Do 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 do.
Yeah, I've got all the stuff actually. You get it with the dragon kit. So yeah, all the boxes and shells and I'm going to put equipment like that's just been left, and I've kind of nicked things Thingy's idea, to be honest. Kev's, because he's kind of done that big gun, didn't he? That Americans watching over where they've just hastily just legged it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a bit of inspiration from this, to be honest. But I just wanted a scene actually to use these figures, and I thought they'd be all right. Do you know what I mean?
Barry French says, Andy, you can't rush your master at work.
Yeah.
Yes. Did they say that to Van Gogh?
Yeah, I'll go and chop my ear off at lunch.
Adam Johnson says, quick question, team. Any recommendations for a quick drying super glue and kicker for working with photo etch, scratch building, using soldering wire?
I'll tell you what, a good actually glue and seamless plug, but is that a magnet glue? Because you've got a bit of lead time with it, haven't you? You've got a good 10 seconds, is it, before it goes off, so you can...
Yeah, that's the point. Can you send me down another one, because I'm out?
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I'll check the stock.
If you've got any left, can I send us a bottle down? Because literally I've got a dribble.
Why didn't you tell me the other day when I sent you that?
To be honest, I did mention it a couple of weeks ago, but it's clearly been forgot. So
well, no, but,
I'll try
we've had
again.
a lot going on in a couple of weeks.
I'll start hinting.
If
Well,
you've got the dribble, Phil, that's just your age.
Yes.
That's my age. I forgot what I said. Nah, we'll sort one out for you. Yeah, if there's any left by the end of the show now.
I've not tried that magnet glue yet.
I love it. I tell you
I
what,
do,
I know you can't get it anymore, but this stuff for a kicker's the nuts.
Do you think you need a kicker with that magnet? I don't think you do.
If you want instant grab for using it for photo etch and stuff like that, this stuff's fantastic. The great thing about this is it's got no effect on anything else. So you can spray it over a painted model and it just evaporates and doesn't leave any residue behind.
But you know when you're using photo etch, don't you think you're better off with a bit of a lead time before it grips?
Yes.
Because if I know you're using the Zap glue, it's like, it's just, that's it.
Yeah.
Where the chances are you're getting photo etch in the right place first time, come on, it's a bit slim in it.
Yeah,
so
well, you know, when I did that last part on the Hornet, when we did the photo etch for all the cockpit, that's what I was saying. PVA glue, if you've got the time and it's nice and flat, it's great because you can manoeuvre it round, and if it goes wrong, and it's easy to clean up with a wet cotton bud.
Yeah. I think you need that little bit of time just to...
Yeah, just to make sure everything's good.
Ian says, BSI Bob Smith Industries super glue.
Do you know what?
Martin, sorry, Marty's just put some up. Don't stress. We'll be having a reload this afternoon.
What's that? Is he on about the sales going?
Yeah. Yeah. So don't stress. We'll be having a quick look. What was you going to say? Sorry, whoever was speaking then.
I just think the best solution for super glue is the cheapo little...
Little 5 gram bottles.
Can I just disagree? Because we've all tried your little tubes of super glue.
But they give you just
Telford.
a bit of work time. That Gorilla Glue is really slow setting.
Yeah, but 40 minutes holding a piece on.
yeah, I think that definitely got off. I tell you what, that magnet though, it's actually got a really long shelf life.
Yeah. What do you think? Me and Matt, the ones we've got here, and I'm down to literally a dribble now. That's all I've got. We've had those for God knows how long now, because we had them in testing, wasn't it?
So I need to try this magnet glue because it has definitely passed the test, hasn't it?
Yeah. It definitely doesn't go off as quick as all the others.
Jeff thinks the pack should go ambush position or face line or hedgerow path.
Yeah, well that's the plan. I've got a thing for the like it is going to be camoed up, if you know what I mean. It's not just going to be out in the open. It would. There's going to be sort of it's bocage country. I think I was going to set it in. Do you know what I mean? That sort of the narrow lanes with the hedges and stuff like that. So.
And Darth Muzzer says, "Good day, Phil and Flora team. I'm new to Instagram and I've just tried post to tag the few pics to your IG, but don't know if I've done it right." So, in a minute, can't we?
Hold on. What has he put up? Because we've got a few actually.
Are you going to show what's coming up?
Right,
Because
hold
we've
on.
got like 5 minutes before break.
Right, let me just show some of the things that we've had in. So we were up to the ships. There, look, there's a Sherman. There we
Hey,
go.
look, there's a
Yeah,
Fury.
that's nice.
Look at that.
Yeah, look, there's a base. Look, can I borrow that? Can I have that base? So you can do it one.
Very nice. So that's reheat
That is
models.
very nice. Is it a furry one?
I don't think it's a furry one, no.
Oh no, it's not a furry one. It's got the thingy suspension like mine, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
not furry suspension. That's all right. It's good, isn't it?
Very nice, that, isn't it? Nice crew.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah.
Very good job. Okay, we've also got a 109 by Chris. I've got no details on that, but
I could say what scale you kit.
yeah. So that's very
Nice
nice.
camouflage on it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Nice mottling down the back and just the weathering in with the actual markings. Very nice indeed. Oh, there we go.
I
So
thought
it's a 48 scale.
sorry.
There you
Hey,
go.
I thought John had frozen then, but he is actually chipping. I couldn't see him moving.
Yeah, it's not very exciting to watch, is it?
You need to
Anyway,
speed
we've got a
up.
Mozzie by Chris as well, 48 scale. Very
Tamiya
nice.
kit then.
Yep, very nice.
Is that the Tamiya one?
That is the Tamiya one. Yep.
SMS lacquer paints.
All right, okay.
We've also got from ND 71270, and this is the 48 scale Tamiya Tomcat at launch. There we go.
You
It's
got
the
to,
launch
got
one.
to love a Tomcat, haven't you?
Yeah, it does look cool, doesn't it?
I like that. Yeah.
Very, very nice indeed. So, whoever asked, hopefully that was his. Do we know who that was? Who asked the question on it? Is it up there?
Yeah, Dolphins. So what was the photo you posted?
Yeah, which one was yours? Daryl says, Matt, where did you get your holder?
This one.
PM model?
This is actually it's AK do it. And it's actually very very useful. But you know, not thinking, but you can get similar products and stuff. Do you know what they are? Jewelers vices.
Yeah, the jeweler's vices, yeah.
That's what it is. If you look for jewelers vices, and I mean, John found me a really nice one, didn't you, John?
Yeah, what, the ball one?
Yeah. At 90 quid though, it's a bit steep, but.
Yeah, it was the mosquito in the 109 he posted
Oh,
on.
well, there you go. So it worked. Well done. Good job.
But yeah, we've got them in. We've got them in the shop, and then, like I say, you can get other versions of it. But yeah, it's as I said, when was we on last night? Thursday night, weren't it? I discovered this Korean guy on YouTube who does figures and all bits and bobs like that, and he was using something similar, and it was like, all right, yeah. Because I just normally use like my blocks of wood.
So you've got your other one there, Matt, as well. Your
I ain't got it. I took it home. The little display one.
is it much smaller than that then?
Yeah.
Oh.
It don't swivel as nice either. This one sort of pivots on itself, where the other one, it kind of, you have to lock it, because that's the one I was using obviously for when I did the other figure for the video.
Yeah.
But now this one, I'll be if you can keep it in shot and just spin it and move it, and it's good for filming with. So I like it. Good bit of kit. Wish I'd discovered it a few weeks ago, if I'm honest. But yeah, the ball one that John was on about, that's a proper bit of kit, that is. That's yeah, they're not cheap. I presume watchmakers use little vices as well like that, don't they? Watchmakers have to
Oh, yeah.
things clamped.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at anything like jewellery making and watchmaking, they'll all have little vices and clamps and stuff which will be useful for parts. So yeah, Googling. Oh, 3 minutes.
3 minutes. All right, I'll just do this bit and then we can have a run round at everything.
That's all right. I was late coming on anyway.
Hello guys, did you know that the 172nd Fairy Battle Mark 1 from Through Models released September 2022?
Yes. Let's hope it's accurate. I would have actually thought Airfix would release a Fairy Battle sooner,
Yeah.
seen that they cocked their original one up big time, didn't they? Because they got the wrong plans or something, was it? It's definitely an Airfix kit at some point. I don't know what the reference is and stuff like that for a fairy battle, so I don't know if that's why they've not gone near it, but yeah, it'd be interesting.
Tony says you got to stay late, mate, because you were late.
Yeah. I'm in technical issues, we need to. Andy, can you speed John up by about 10% so he's a bit quicker doing his shipping?
Do you know, I put the lighter colour on. I was thinking, oh, this don't look great. But when you go in with the like dark grey,
Yeah.
it really makes it pop, doesn't it?
Right,
Yeah.
so John, whilst we've just got a minute, why don't you explain to the people at home what you're actually doing?
Yeah,
Right.
here's a link to this video.
Yeah.
I'll say, I watched this.
There's a YouTube channel called Night Shift. No, what I'm doing is just applying sort of chipping effects to my Centurion. And what I've done to start off with, basically using a mix of acrylic paint, I've made a lighter colour of the base coat and gone in with a fine brush, just putting little chips in and scratches. Once I've gone around doing that, then I'm going in with a darker grey colour and sort of on the bigger patches just filling in to give that sort of bare metal steel look, but trying to keep the outline of the lighter colour so it does look like, you know, that effect when you get paint chipping. And then the last sort of part of it, some of it I will go in with sort of rusty colour over it, just to give sort of that more older sort of chipped look. Like I said, I'm not going massive on it because if you look at photos, they weren't absolutely battered.
Not unless they were burnt out.
Unless they were burnt out, but to be honest, it's the first time I've ever done it, so I'm just winging it really and just seeing how it goes. But it's time consuming. I mean, you there are quicker ways to do it. You can do it with a little bit of sponge on bigger areas. But like I said, I don't want to massively over chip it, so I'm just going in with the brush, which is why it's taking so long. But I certainly won't be spending 70 hours on it, that's for sure.
That's the thing with nice techniques.
65 then.
Yeah.
Like I say, I'm not an armour modeller. This is the first time I've done it, so
Night rarely gives you the quickest way of doing something, but it gives you the best way of doing something sometimes.
It is. And unfortunately, when John does that, we can't see even what he's doing.
That's like me.
Yeah, I was
John's
going to
doing-
say, welcome to the map video effect.
Yeah.
Never mind. Look, let's have a quick final rundown before we take our break. Don't forget, we've obviously got a big sale on at the moment, the Big Mega Store. So if you go to the Flooring Models site, obviously we've got well, it's up to 33%, 35% off stuff. So the giant sander packs are on special as well. They're just £35. All sanders are a £5. All washes are down 25% off, so they're only £4.80 each for bottles of washes, and the pigments are all just £3.95. Or the giant set, which normally is 35 quid, is down to 25 quid as well. So you can grab any of those there. If you're in the UK, that's all done and dusted there. The PM store has obviously got its massive sale going on at the moment. So obviously we've got 15% off all Dragon, 20% off all Fujami, we've got 15% off Hasegawa, 15% off of Hobby 2000, and 15% of Ryfield models, and then 10% off all kits. It's only on kits, not on sundries, paints and things like that. Then you've got the big giant up to 50% sale, although that's gone now because it was obviously over 50% off of the Tornadoes, but they've all sold out now. But everything else you can see down in here, they're all discounted on here. So you say you get some great bargains, and it's not just drivel and dross, it's actually some really good stuff down in here. So like the Osprey 105 down to 83. We've got well, yeah, as you can see, loads of stuff down in here, lots of bits and pieces.
Who doesn't want a bulk missile launcher?
I built that. I built that kit. So yes,
You can get out this afternoon, Phil, and show them.
yeah, can I don't know, it's in the cabinet. I can. I'll get it out later. It's funny, I go through this and I'm thinking, there you go, I've done a video build on that one, video build on all these different ones in
And
here,
the SU-24.
video build on that one we've done, as I say. Yes, lots of stuff been done in here. But no, some really nice stuff. Some Zesda airliners, if you're into them, they're an absolute must as well. And yeah, we might be difficult getting them in the future, so you might want to grab them whilst you can.
Like I say, we will go through the. We'll have a quick look, me and Matt, before we come back on and put some bits back in stock. I think because we have got some extras, so
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll bang some more in stock of some things.
definitely. Yes. Very good. So say you get all your bits and pieces down there. And don't forget, Serious Hobbies, if you're in the EU and you want to buy Flory Models stuff, you can get 10% off of all of those. They are doing with a sale with us as well. Plus the fact you've got all their usual bits and pieces for your kits and sundries as well. So if you're in the EU, they're our official European distributor. So you can grab it from there in there as well. All right. So lots and lots of stuff in the sales department. So if you want to show your support, go and spend money. Spend cash, send cash. We'll be fine and all good. Right, okay then guys, we will call it just about there. We'll be back with you around about 2 o'clock, so if you can join us, that would be absolutely fantastic. What will happen is I'll have to update the player thing, so it'll appear above the other one, if you know what I mean. So the little thing you're watching us on now, unless you're on YouTube, and obviously a new one will appear as well. So if you can eat anything from there, that would be great. And the dog has managed to hold out. Well done, Mole, very proud of you. She's still looking at me from the door going...
So high.
Yeah, until you walk out in the kitchen and what's that wet on the floor?
Yeah, a giant turd. No, it's all right because she's in here being nice. If she'd done that, she'd be hiding somewhere. So, yes, all good stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We will hopefully catch you around 2 o'clock. So until later, everybody, say happy modelling and say bye-bye, people.
See you
Bye.
later.
Elton here.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.